It started with footsteps. Not loud footsteps. Not heavy. Just slow, careful steps above the ceiling of our living room. My name is Daniel Harper, and this happened in the winter of 2019 in a small town outside of. I still don't talk about it much because every time I remember those sounds, I feel that same cold feeling crawling behind my neck. Back then, it was just me and my younger sister Lily living with our mom in an old two-story house near the woods. Dad had left years earlier, and Mom worked night shifts at a hospital, so most evenings it was only Lily and me alone. The house itself was ancient. The floors creaked even when nobody walked on them. Pipes rattled in the walls. The attic door never closed properly. Mom always joked that the house was settling. But one night, the sounds changed. It was around 11:30 p.m. Snow hammered against the windows while Lily watched cartoons downstairs. I was in my bedroom playing games when I heard footsteps directly above me. Slow. Tap, tap, tap. I froze. The attic was above my room. At first, I figured it was squirrels or raccoons. Old houses get animals all the time. But then the footsteps stopped directly over my ceiling. And stayed there. Like someone was standing still. Listening. I turned off my game and waited. Nothing. Then. Scrape. Something dragged across the attic floor. Not tiny claws. Something heavy. I opened my bedroom door and looked into the hallway. Lily? I called. She peeked upstairs. What? Did you hear that? Hear what? Another scrape echoed above us. This time Lily heard it too. Her face turned pale instantly. There's somebody up there, she whispered. I laughed nervously. No, there isn't. But even as I said it, I wasn't sure. Mom got home after midnight. We told her about the sounds, but she brushed it off immediately. Probably animals, she said while taking off her coat. I'll call someone next week. That night I barely slept. Around 3 a.m., I woke to a new sound. A soft knocking. 3 knocks. Directly inside my wall. Knock. 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 I sat upright in bed. Then it came again from the other side of the room. Knock. 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 Like something was moving through the walls. I grabbed my phone flashlight and slowly scanned the room. Nothing. But then I noticed my closet door was open. Just a few inches. I was absolutely sure I'd closed it before sleeping. I stared at the darkness inside. That's when I heard breathing. Very quiet. Coming from the closet. I didn't scream. I couldn't. I just sat frozen while the breathing continued for several seconds before stopping completely. The next morning, I told Mom everything. This time she looked concerned. That afternoon she climbed into the attic with a flashlight while Lily and I waited below. We heard her moving around above us for about a minute. Then everything went silent. Mom. I shouted. No answer. A few seconds later, she rushed down the attic ladder white as a sheet. There are footprints up there, she said. Animal footprints? She slowly shook her head. No. Human. Police came that evening. 2 officers searched the attic carefully, but they found nobody there. Still, they discovered something strange in the far corner beneath old insulation. Empty food cans. Water bottles. Blankets. Someone had been living in our attic. The officers said it was rare but real. People sometimes secretly lived inside homes without owners realizing it. They checked every inch of the attic and finally assured us the person was gone. Mom bought new locks the next day. For a while, the sound stopped. Life returned to normal. Until Lily heard whispering. It happened a week later. Mom was at work again, and Lily came running into my room crying. Someone said my name. I looked up from my phone. What? From the vent. I felt cold immediately. What exactly did you hear? She started shaking. A man whispered, "Lily," from inside the vent. I tried to calm her down, but deep down I believed her. Because the house had started making sounds again. Tiny noises. Movement in the walls. Footsteps overhead. Every night around 2 a.m. That night I stayed awake with a baseball bat beside my bed. At exactly 2:13 a.m., I heard it. A low thump above me. Then another. Then slow footsteps crossing the attic. Tap, tap, tap. I quietly opened my bedroom door and stepped into the hallway. The attic hatch was at the end of the hall. And it was already open. Just slightly. Cold air drifted downward. I stared at the darkness above. Then I heard movement. Something shifting slowly in the attic. I should have run. Instead, I grabbed a flashlight and climbed the ladder. Every instinct in my body screamed not to. The attic smelled awful. Rotten. Wet. My flashlight beam shook as I scanned old boxes and dusty furniture. At first I saw nothing. Then my light landed on blankets in the far corner. They moved. I nearly dropped the flashlight. "Who's there?" I shouted. Silence. Then a voice answered softly from the darkness. "Don't." A man slowly crawled out from behind the boxes. He was thin, filthy, and smiling. Not a normal smile. A wide, trembling grin. His eyes looked completely wrong. Too wide. Too excited. I stumbled backward. "How long have you been here?" I whispered. He tilted his head. "Long enough." Then he started laughing quietly. Not loud laughter. The kind of laughter someone makes while trying not to wake another person. I turned and scrambled toward the ladder, but before I reached it, he suddenly sprinted across the attic floor. Fast. Way too fast. The attic shook violently under his footsteps. I jumped down the ladder and slammed the hatch shut just as something smashed against it from above. Boom. Lily screamed downstairs. Another massive hit rattled the ceiling. Boom. Dust fell everywhere. I grabbed Lily and locked us inside the bathroom while calling 911. The operator kept asking questions, but I could barely speak. Above us, the entire house groaned with footsteps. Running. Back and forth. Then silence. Complete silence. Police arrived within minutes. They searched everything. The attic. The basement. The crawl space. Nothing. The man was gone. But they found something hidden between the walls near Lily's room. Photographs. Dozens of them. Pictures of us sleeping. Watching TV. Eating dinner. Even photos taken from outside my bedroom window at night. The police believed the man had been secretly living in the house for months. Maybe longer. We moved out 2 days later. Mom never let us go back for most of our things. The house sat empty for nearly a year before another family bought it. And here's the part that still keeps me awake. 6 months after moving, Mom got a phone call from the new owners. They asked if we had ever heard strange sounds in the attic. Mom hung up immediately. She never answered their calls again. But sometimes late at night, I still wake up hearing those footsteps in my dreams. Slow. Careful. Walking above my ceiling. And every single time, just before I wake up, I hear knocking inside the walls. Knock. Knock. Knock.